Dear colleagues, I'd like to draw your attention to problems which is very important for Georgia. It's the impact of population aging on intergenerational economic relationships. Because Georgia's population is characterized by low reproduction intensity and a rapidly aging demographic. The average age of the Georgian population increases by 1 year every 4 or 5 years, leading to all the accompanying negative socioeconomic and demographic consequences. Thank you. The population of Georgia is characterized by low birth rates and a rapid aging trends. Over the past 3 decades, the median age of Georgia's population has increased practically 7 years, reaching 38 years. Over the past 10 years, the life expectancy in Georgia has increased by only 3.2%, while the number of pensioners has increased by 26%, or 8 times more. The population is decreased by 0.5%. If in 2015 there were 322 economic active people for every 100 people over 65, by 2024 the number of the latter has decreased to 273. Over the past 10 years, the ratio of the number of people over 65 to the country's economically active population has increased from 32% to 36 and 7%. A strong negative trend has been established demographic and economic pressure in increasing on the economically active part of society. But this also means that more funds are needed to meet the needs of the elderly population and family members, both at the level of society and the level of each family. Georgia is one of the countries where most families consist of multiple generations. It's common for adult children to live with their parents and grandparents. This family structure increases the sense of the solidarity and empathy between different generations, which is reflected in the high level of income redistribution within families and more or less equal economic distribution. This is particularly important for the elderly. In Georgia, only 7% of the pension-aged population lives in households where both spouses are of pension age or where there is only one elderly, single individual. The number of such individuals is around 60,000 in Georgia, and they require special attention and support from both at the state and society. Over the past 2 decades, the income per household member has increased 6.6 times, the average pension 11 times, and the average salary 13 times. However, the initial large in the size of the pension was so large that during this period it was only partly possible to reduce the large in the size of the average pension compared to the income of one of household member. This is average pension in percent to the average income per household of member. Additionally, older family members provide financial support to younger generations, offering non-symbolic financial assistance. About 65% of families in Georgia have school-aged members and 15% have university students. At the same time, the proportion of pensions in household is around 85%. This means that there are many households where one hand provide for both school children and pension-aged members. Grandparents contributed about 15-20% of their pension income to support grandchildren, which amount approximately 760 million Georgian lari annually. From this point, several conclusions can be drawn. In Georgia, the redistribution primary household income is characterized by fairly high intensity. The actual consumption and well-being in the pension-aged population exceed the average pension, which is compensated by the active participation of older generations in household activities and periodic financial support for younger, economically inactive members of the family, students, and school children. Through the redistribution of household resources, the actual consumption of household members under the age of 25 significantly exceed their primary income, salary, stipend, and so on. This consumption increases both through monetary assistance from older generations and through occasional large transfers such as a gift for wedding bells or other symbolic events. The increase in population well-being and income is positively correlated with the volume of transfers made by older generations to children and negatively correlated with birth rate dynamics, which accelerates population aging and strengthens economic and ethical expression of solidarity and empathy within families. The magnitude of household income redistribution indicates that in 2024, the volume of household loans from the commercial banking system exceeded 4.5 billion Georgian lari, while inter-household monetary redistribution exceeded 6 billion Georgian lari. This means that the redistribution of funds within households to meet current needs is more extensive than the ones taken from the commercial banking sector. Thank you for your attention.